Skinny Hardaway 17, back with another EP. Y'all do your boy a favor, y'all smash that like button for your boy when you roll on in. Whether you're here for a good time or a long time, I greatly appreciate you sliding through. If it's your first time, do your boy solid. Don't make it your last time. Hit that subscription button there as well. We talk this good MMA, boxing, sports, parlays, predictions every single day, and not just today. Y'all, this will be my last free pick of the week before we get into final picks. It's weigh-in day, right? So we will be making final picks today after we look at the weigh-ins, get everything straight, see if everybody, you know what I mean, been doing the right thing like Spike Lee, right? Leading up into this camp. The weigh-ins are extremely important, right? Some people don't put as much weight on the weigh-ins, and I think that's a big mistake, right? It give you a real chance to see, what your fighter, right, or what the fighter has really been doing, right? You could talk one way and be doing another thing, right? So weigh-ins, matter to me. It's weigh-in day. So, but because I don't do full card predictions anymore, right? I give out, free picks from pretty much each event, right? PFL, UFC, boxing, bare knuckle, right? Give out free picks for each event. But make sure you become a member, right? So that you can get final plays, my best bets that I will be actually making for the week, right? Not just my picks. Now in these videos, my fight winner will never change, but sometimes the bet does change, right? So the person I'm picked to win, I'm gonna forever think that person is going to win, right? But the bet may change that I actually make on that person, right? So I digress, right? I digress. Today we're here for this UFC fight night pick, right? We got a UFC fight night coming up. Don't want to say a huge card, right? But it's a pretty good card, right? You know what I mean? All things considered. If you're going, if you're going from top to bottom, pretty good card, right? We're gonna talk about one fight in particular off of this card, right? And it's going to be Basharat versus Matsumoto, right? Farid Basharat versus um Gene Matsumoto, right? I forgot Gene name for a second. Gene Matsumoto, right? So we have a bit of striker versus grappler, right? Basharat could strike as well. Matsumoto mostly, wants to strike. Basharat mostly, you know, he's originally, a grappler, right? So I do think he has a grappling edge. Probably is going to have the wrestling edge in this, and it will behoove him to, probably get this fight to the ground. Masamuto is most dangerous when he's striking. So if I'm Basharat, I want to take all, risk out of it. I'm probably going to be going with, you know, probably going to be mixing in my ground game, going with a mostly, grappling attack, right? The thing with Basharat is he tends to let up off the gas slightly in the third, right? But I'm expecting him to be able to, outpoint Gene Masamuto. I do think this fight is going to distance, right? Don't think anybody's going to get stopped. I think he'll be able to outpoint Gene Masamuto, right? In those first two rounds, be able to put the first two rounds in the bag. So even when he does, take that little drop off on the back end of the fight, I think he already have it in the bag. Jay Masamuto is 17-1. Farid Basharat is 14-0, right? So we got two guys here who aren't really used to losing, right? Basharat is fighting out of American top team, right? Coming off of he's beating Damon Blackshear, Chris Gutierrez, right? Tyler Lapidus, guys that I rate, pretty good, pretty high, right? So he's beating some decent names in this, since he has been in the UFC. You even got Gene Masamuto, right, who's going to be the smaller fighter in this as well. He's coming off a split decision win over Miles Jones, in which Miles Jones might have won, right? Split decision loss to Rob Font, decision win over Brad Katana, right? Just to name a few of Hills, right? I think Basharat will be able to, if the fight is striking, while I do think Matsumoto is the more dangerous striker, I think Basharat will be able to outstrike, you know, Matsumoto if needed. But I'm banking on the fact that Basharat is going to be able to out grapple, you know what I mean? Gene Matsumoto. He's going to be able to take him down, get some control, get some takedowns, along with being able to, outpoint him on the feet in the striking as well. This is going to be a good fight. I think it may be a 28-29, you know what I mean, kind of fight. But I am taking Farid Basharat to get the win. I think he's the overall more complete MMA fighter, right? I think in striking they may be what and what. Masamudu has a power edge, but I think Farid may have a technical edge, right? And when it comes to the grappling and the wrestling, and when it comes to the boxing, and when it comes to the grappling in the wrestling game, right? I think Farid Basharat is a lot better, right? I think in the striking, let's say that Masamuto is a 8, right? I think Basharat may be a 7, right? Or if Masamuto is a 7, then Basharat is a 6, right? But when it comes to the grappling game, I think Basharat might be a 9, and Masamuto may be like a 6, right? You know what I mean? So I'm going to edge the ground game and the grappling game to Basharat. I think he'll be just fine striking as well. Although I will want him to mix up, his game in this fight just to keep Jane Matsumoto off balance, right? Because if you let him sit there, load up, power up, right, then he was good boxing with, then he can become dangerous in that fight. But Basharat, he's a good fighter. I don't want to call him a point fighter because they get a bad connotation, right? But he's a good fighter, skill fighter. As long as he doesn't blow his load, right, in that third round, which he doesn't necessarily blow the whole load in the third round, right? But he does tend to slow down in that third. But normally that's after he's already put the first 2 rounds in the bag, right? So that could be him, slowing down his tank, or there could be strategy, right? I'm already up 2 rounds. So all I gotta do is get out this third round and I'm going to win the fight, right? So it could be some strategy to that, uh, right? But I think these guys are going to come out. They're going to strike early, and then Farid start to work in his takedowns and whatnot as the fight goes on, right? But not gonna keep y'all in this thing too long. Right? Just want to drop this thing on y'all. Y'all make sure y'all check out my other free picks on my page, right? I got a free boxing pick. Um, Figueroa versus Nick Ball. I had a free PFL pick, right? The main event, Alfred Davis versus Nurmagomedov, right? And then the video that you on right now, Farid Basharat versus Gene Masamuto, right? And I do have Farid Basharat winning this by points, right? So if you're asking me a method, I do think this goes decision. But the bet, right, is going to be Farid Basharat on the money line. I think it goes long, right? So if you don't want to play a side in this, right, I think you could take it to go long. But I'm going to go with Farid Basharat for the free pick, Farid Basharat decision. And if you're asking me, what my pick is, Basharat, on the money line. And I do think it goes long. Basharat decision for the value. But that's all I got for y'all, man. Skin Hardaway, Southern T. This ain't the past. This ain't the future. But this the present. That's how we rocking. And I'm out. Look.